The Raiders lost MJD, Matt Schaub, and Lamaar Woodley to put them $60 million plus in salary cap for free agency. So who will they get to get them over the hump in Madden NFL 16? We'll review. Let's go. What's up, gamers? Shopmaster here, aka the Gray Bear Gamer, and today I have another Madden NFL 16 player ratings and team projections, and today we break down the Oakland Raiders. Now, the Oakland Raiders had a ton of money and free to do what they wanted to do in free agency, but before we get to that and before we break down who they got in the draft that I think will help and who they got in free agency, I got to give a shout out to our two winners. So my random winner from last video of the Broncos was Jeremy Brigham, and the winner of the best joke, Peyton Manning So Old joke, goes to 24 Music, who said Peyton Manning is so old that John Madden played Peyton Manning football when he grew up. Gotta give it up. That was pretty funny. Thanks everyone who put down some jokes in the comment section. I appreciate it. Guys, all you have to do is stick that like button, subscribe to the channel, comment in this video right now, and you may be randomly drawn to put in a drawing for a free copy of Madden NFL 16 after we do this video. So again, guys, I appreciate all the support that you do. Let's go ahead and break down these Oakland Raiders. So Oakland Raiders in real life are not that good, but for some reason in Madden, they always are a great team to have, and especially in CFM. I actually think Oakland Raiders may be one of those CFM teams that you may look to get and be able to build around them. Like I said, they had a lot of salary, they had a lot of cap room to get people. So let's take a look at their draft. With the first round, they draft Amari Cooper, big tall wide receiver out of Alabama. It's going to be great with the aggressive catch. They got Mario Edwards, defensive end, and then they get another big tall tight end in Clyde Walford. Now, who did they lose? They lost Darren McFadden. He went to Dallas. MJD retired. Pat Sims, the defensive tackle, went to the Bengals. Lamaar Woodley went to Carolina. Now, who did they pick up? Now, I thought they had a decent free agent signing group. They got Roy Helu from the Redskins, another speed back to go into that backfield. They got Trent Richardson, who I'm not really fond of in real life, but in Madden, he could help you out and could be a great trade bait. I actually think Roy Helu or Trent Richardson or their other halfback will be a great trade bait. They got Michael Crabtree, wide receiver. They got Lee Smith, the tight end. They got Dan Williams, defensive tackle, to replace Pat Sims. They got Nate Allen, safety, to shore up the safety spot. And they got Justin Tuck. So let's go ahead and take a look at the roster and let's see what we can do with these Oakland Raiders in CFM. All right, let's go. All right, so we take a look at the quarterback spot, and of course they have Derek Carr, Christian Ponder, Mac McGloin. I'm so glad they got rid of Schaub, but you got to get rid of one of these quarterbacks. I think you got to get rid of the rookie that they just drafted, or maybe you keep him and get rid of McGloin. I don't know, but you got to get rid of one of those. And by the way, of course, Derek Carr is your starter. You're not starting Christian Ponder. So just thought I'd put that out there. So I love Latavius Murray, speed guy. Roy Helu, another speed guy, but Latavius Murray is the younger guy, so you got to stick with him. So I would actually try to trade either Trent Richardson or Roy Helu. I actually think Roy Helu is going to be the better trade bait because he's faster, and we all know how speed is in Madden. You want that fast back. So I would think about trading Roy Helu to somebody who needs a fast running back. I mean, we went through some of these teams already and some of these teams already have slow running backs. So there are some teams out there for Roy Helu. You got one of the best fullbacks in the game. As we take a look at the wide receiver spot, you have Amari Cooper, 6'1" guy, good speed at 93. His jump, let's take a look at his jump. Let's see, his catch is going to be pretty good. Starting out already, his jump is at 84. I actually think it'll be a little bit higher than that. You have Michael Crabtree, who's coming over. You have Rod Streeter, 91 speed. You have Andre Holmes. So you have some decent wide receivers to work with. Just know Amari Cooper is your stud. You need to develop him early on in the process in your CFM. As we take a look at the tight ends, you have Lee Smith, you have Rivera, and you have Wolford. I know Lee Smith is 6'6", but he's very slow, but he's a good blocker. So you might, if it was me, I actually would put Rivera first and probably Wolford second, and leave Lee Smith down there. Again, 69 speed, not that fast. So you want to have a little bit better speed out there. I actually think Rivera should have about an 80 speed, but that's just me. We'll see. We'll see when the official rosters come out, which I think will happen next week. I actually think EA will release some ratings next week. As we take a look at the defense, so you got Justin Tuck, and he's 31 years old. He's pretty old. I think he's still serviceable. You really don't have a good backup. Like, if you had another left end or right end that I felt was pretty good, I would say go ahead and trade Justin Tuck. He's costing you some $10 million in cap, but I don't think you can afford to get rid of him right now. As your right end, you have the rookie Mario Edwards. So right now, off the bat, you got two rookies. Your top two rookies are going to be starters on your team. You got Dan Williams, who's going to fill that defensive tackle spot. As we go to the linebackers, you have some young guys in Khalil Mack. This is his second year. I love him. I had the Raiders last year in one of my CFM. Love that guy. You got Curtis Lofton and Heaney. Another rookie that's going to be your middle linebackers. And then you have C.O. Moore as your right outside linebacker. So again, you have young guys manning up your linebacker spot. Now, as we take a look at the corners, one thing I will say, I think this is probably the weakest part of the Raiders team. I think their DBs are weak. I do think they could get better, and I'm not saying that you need to trade or even go look for other DBs. Just know that you're going to have to develop these DBs, get them some man and zone coverage ratings increases, because one thing I do like is I like their speed. So you got DJ Hayden, 93 speed. You got TJ Carey, 93 speed. McGill, it's not that fast, but you got another 94 speed. Then you got Tywan Jones, 97 speed. So again, they're fast. So let's take a look at their man and zone coverage, because I think that's where you're going to run into an issue with this team. So you got DJ Hayden. As you can see, no one has 90 any kind of man coverage or zone coverage. I don't think there's a team that I reviewed so far where they didn't have at least one person who had a 90 plus man or zone. You got 83, 85, 80, 84, 78, 85, 78, 74. The one thing I will say is the top three guys have pretty good press. I mean, of course, they could be better, but I mean, what's the use of having press if they can't even cover the guy afterwards? So when you get this team as your CFM, you may want to, again, trade Helu. Go ahead and develop your DBs. As we take a look at the safeties, you got old Charles Woodson. You might want to get rid of him. but he's not really costing you a lot. So getting rid of Charles Woodson is really not going to increase your cap space, because I think he's only costing you like $5 million on the cap. And then you have Nate Allen, who you picked up in free agency. So guys, there you go. That is my breakdown for the Oakland Raiders. If you like the breakdown, if you agree with what I'm saying, or even if you didn't agree with what I'm saying, stick that like button, subscribe to the channel, post in the comments if you like the free agents that the Raiders picked up, and if you think they can contend with the other three teams in the AFC West. They're predicted to be last, of course, but I really like this team almost better than the Broncos team, because I feel like this team has a little bit more potential going forth in your CFM. So guys, there you go. Make sure you hit me up on Twitter at Shopmaster. Make sure you check out my show every Tuesday night, GameChangersRadio.com, where we will talk about some Madden stuff. We didn't have a show last week, but we'll be back next week with a show for you. I appreciate all the love and support. This is Shopmaster. I'm out. Peace. Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for watching the video. Do me a favor, stick that like button, subscribe to the channel, and follow me on Twitter at Shopmaster for more gaming news and information. And I will check you guys out later. Peace.